Hello YouTube, we're back with LCS VoD reviews for summer, going over the week 1 games. Now, this is going to be TL versus FlyQuest. I'm going to have this in a singular VoD. There will be 3 other VoDs for C9 versus Dig, 100 Thieves versus NRG, and IMT versus Shopify Rebellion, respectively. That said, I'm recording all of them at the same time on my stream at twitch.tv/CubbyXX. If you guys want to join in on the conversation, get your questions into the VoD review recording, go for it. Hop on in. Besides that, I treat these like a stream. We give our honest thoughts. We go over the games. We see where our teams are at. So that being said, we're going to hop in with the first series of the week. The only series that will be on this VoD, so I'm not going to upload it in chunks as of days. It's just going to be the 4 best of 3s that are played. And it was something that actually went the distance. It is Team Liquid versus FlyQuest. Our reigning champs versus the reigning runner-up. I just clicked on the exact same thing. All right. Here we go. Day 1 draft. Okay, so we are on live patch 14.12. We're definitely figuring out that Corky's still pretty strong in this patch because he was nerfed a little bit. Overall, this draft, I feel like this is something that is somewhat comfortable for TL. I think the most interesting thing to me is really FlyQuest put a really large priority on denying this Rumble, and I guess we found out why in game 3 of the series. But I thought the Blippo had a pretty tough game for game 1. That said, Corky first pick. We set up a Senna lane later on. We take Zach Malachi, which we can do now because they changed Corky's kit. Of course, he's mostly 80 heavy with a little bit of bonus true damage and some armor pen. Whereas it's not like his passive is 80% magic damage anymore. It was one of the big changes that was made this season. Senna Ornn pretty much being flash here, given the Rumble is showing. So we already have a lot of scaling in the bot side and then early game presence in the top side for FlyQuest. Honestly, really the strat that I'm kind of used to seeing them run. Also, Cassio ban. This is definitely targeted at Quad, who was a fantastic Cassio player when he hit rank 1 on the server. And it was his answer in the Nico in Challengers League last split. Moving throughout, we have Shungle bans, Marksman bans. So, Yana's been going pretty far down the chain, but honestly, so Smolder did see some buffs. I think we're going to see some Smolder start to crop up. It's been kind of like on the edge of meta, but if we're taking away champs like this and into Senna, Smolder's fine. So we have the Smolder Naught lane locked in. After we have the Kindred, I will say, Kindred for me, like, ended up being okay because Smolder was picked. I think Kindred right now, we can really try and heavily farm the Zach Malachi, but there are a lot of things that we can send at Kindred and not a lot to like actually hold front line. I think one of the big issues that FlyQuest has in this game is Ornn can eat Malachi engage, but we have nothing to stop Zach engage besides just being mobile. It's not like we have a Gragas or anything to really hold the line against the Zach. So I think that's something that if I was going to go back to the drawing board for FlyQuest, I would have figured out like, hey, what's something that we can use to actually like stop Zach from just sending it into our backline? So, late game versus late game. I prefer A-Soul versus Smolder just because of range. I think the FlyQuest has a ton of scaling, and then this is just to hold the line early. These games ended up kind of awkward because they ended up going for some Senna swaps, which we'll talk about. Anyway.
Timing could be great, but like you said, coming.
Floppers, thanks for the follow. I wasn't out at the games this week. I had to work this day. And then the next day, hung home. I'm trying to go this upcoming week, but I cannot. They are not selling tickets this upcoming week. Oh, I get to see Quad die in the worst way ever. Okay, so I actually did like what FlyQuest did here early. I don't love this trade into Impact. If they hit the slow, they get a little bit more. But I think Blippo plus Masu into the Zac, like, this Zac cannot move for the first few levels. Now, Inspired is forced to smite, which throws him down a little bit, and he gets shoved off. And I like the response from Umti, because Inspired's already being set behind. just with the knot coming in. That said, Busio was able to get a decent chunk of XP, and he's actually kind of chilling. So I thought this swap was actually okay from FlyQuest. Like, just to starve out the Zac, I think the theory of it's okay. But I also think the theory of it is that we need Inspire to be up here to slam down a gank in order to really drive this lead home. And he can't do that given the chunk that Core JJ put on him. So now Core, he's going to base and come answer this crash. But because there's no Inspire because of the chunk that went down, Impact's fine. So he's actually, like, he doesn't get the gold, but he's able to get all the experience. And that's big. So, like, they actually don't, like, they hurt his econ, but they don't hurt his game. Like, he's sitting at more experience right now than Bwipo, which is really big for Zac. Because with Zac, like, once you get enough levels, you're kind of chilling. Like, your gold matters, but it's not as important to me as, like, your levels. You just really need to get to level 13 in this champion. I see Busio is also chilling on the Ornn, but Smolder's getting all of his farms. Like, that's fine. I really think they're chilling with this. Quad's gonna die in, like, the most embarrassing way possible. It's Sedge. This is a funny one for me. Just because, like, I was a part of the offseason video talking about Quad. I think a Quad's gonna be fine in this league, and we just die in, like, a really terrible way to APA. There's nothing I can say about that. It just wasn't there. TL scaling options, though, too. Like, I think Corky's strongest at 2 items. Yeah, I mean, we just... Yeah. Yeah, I share Ian's sentiment with the what was that. Okay. Now, I wish I could see the setup for this boy, but I cannot. I don't know how we ended up here. The big thing for me is that Yon's TPing up here. So the fact that Yon's porting, they have numbers, and Busio doesn't respond. And, like, they get out. Like, this is fine. So they don't get grubs. So it's 2 TPs being burned. And because of that, we sneak away 1 grub. I'm wondering if, like, Inspired can almost send it for the Drake here. Yeah, I think this... Yeah, this is the move. Yeah. Okay, good. I thought this was fine. That's actually pretty good defense from FlyQuest on the top side. I don't love this from FlyQuest just because they just started the Dragon, but I think we don't exactly need to commit as much as we did there. Because now we lost our tempo to actually do that objective without them trading. So I think this is a mistake from Fly. I think we take the chunk on APA. We just don't we don't pull off the Dragon for this. Because when you pull off the Dragon for this, that's like what really fucks your numbers. Because there is a world where if Bwipo gets 6 and we have quad ult, then a Dragon fight's doable for FlyQuest. Okay, so he didn't get 6 off that wave. Okay, maybe not. Busio has 6, though, and CP, so they could have a numbers advantage here if they really wanted it. They would just be sacking, like, everything top. So they don't want to do that. Either way, they missed out on their timer a little bit. And that was a really good press from TL. I will give TL credit there. I think them walking in and checking that Dragon the way they did was quite good. Because they didn't really fuck with FlyQuest timer. Like, they knew that, like, they pressured them enough to... They didn't lose significantly. They're fine. I also really liked how Masu moved this game. Like, he actually was around camps quite a bit, which gets you bonus souls. I think one of the things that really did hurt the Senna in this game was that there was no access to the grub souls. Because grubs give you a shit ton of souls when you're playing as Senna. You're guaranteed to get 6, and usually you're getting 8 from just taking that objective on its own. Okay, so Quad is dead with the setup. Props to Umti getting in here. Given the war that Quad dropped, I'm not sure if he sees Maokai or not. it was not pinged. But the look of things, he could have snuck around there. Regardless, he's low. Yeah, there's no getting out of that. So that hurts. So overall, I mean, Inspired and Blippo do have a lead. I think that Inspired needs a base to actually press this lead. That's the big thing the FlyQuest are running with early, whereas APA has the gold. And I think if you do go for the Trinity Force into IE, it's big. And that's a nice pull on the flash here from Busio and Masu. If APA can be up on this wave. I will say this is a wave where, given where the rest of his team's at, you can kind of wait for this wave to come to you. So I don't know if he has to lose his flash here. No, I don't think APA is right. I think APA is just typing the best trash he can. I think Quad's going to fit FlyQuest better in the end of the day. Yeah, Masu missed the W and then just gets flash on and dies. He doesn't have flash yet. Best he could have done here is heal to get out. I think he waited a little bit too long for this. And then Busio can walk down and try and tank this. Either way, though, it's hard. But that was poor. It just looked bad. Oh. Is there a world where Inspire can base sooner here? He's sitting on so much gold. And, like, because of his base, yes, we have Kraken. I'm not sure if we have gold left over. Like, if he farmed till Kraken and base then, it's whatever. But we are behind on the play again. Alright, so we pick up the first dragon. Keep in mind, that timer for grubs, like, that TL delayed the dragon response from FlyQuest, so it's only one dragon at the 12-minute mark, which was quite good for TL. It's a really good press by them. Again, we're just going to focus down on making sure Impact's behind as fuck. But we're getting APA gold for this, and he already has Triforce, so I'm really happy if I'm TL right now. I'll always trade my Zac getting farmed out for, like, getting Rumble ahead for this. It's so worth. And FlyQuest are just completely sacking that to try and make a play. It's an overpush. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, APA just gets a freebie. Nice delay from MT. TP comes down to actually catch that wave on its own, and no one's responded top still. So FlyQuest just had a dead lane for the last few minutes. So like here, 2k gold was created by TL off this play. Let's take a look at this for FlyQuest. Can we not send Busio top here? He has no TP. So if we send Busio top, the play is wherever he's at. But APA doesn't have a TP either, so like we can make a play for APA. Also, APA doesn't have flash. I don't like this from FlyQuest. I want Busio to go top here. I feel like FlyQuest actually like really fucked up here. I did not watch Blue Otter Among Us. No, what's up, Tree Spar? Yeah, what's up, Caesar? I want Busio top here. Because, like, you can see him and APA, he's, like, 5 seconds behind APA, so APA gets here first, but APA is nothing. And Busio has no TP and a flash. So, if we go into APA now, we at least get to make the play on APA, and everything else is done. Like, we have other shit up that we can use. TL does have their TPs coming up, but I feel like playing so hard away from APA here was an oops. And then Quad also can't get to this wave. If we get Busio to answer this wave that APA's on, we're empty mid here. That's fine. So Busio shows mid, and then Quad's gonna get top, but Quad can't go top, and Busio can't walk up there either, given where we're at as a team. Inspired has nothing to do here. I think this is off of Inspired's game. We're on bot side. I just don't get it. Like, we can't really play for the Gromp here. I mean, Inspired could base, get Krugs, and protect the dive. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the map. I want Busio to go answer APA, though. I want the play to be on APA. They got APA's flash. I feel like that's the one play that FlyQuest can make, and instead they just play an empty lane and just sack 2k gold in this play. It's like, why are we opting into sacking 2k gold is to the Corki for free, who's down flash, down TP? I do think that there's a world here where, like, after Drake, Inspired can base, play for top, but, like, he's on a ward. Either way, though, I still want to pressure APA. I don't, like, APA should not just get 5 plates in a turret when he has no flash, no TP. Like, that's really grief. It's a nice hover here from Core. Like, they know that they have to strong side him. Like, they're just weak siding the Zac to, like, get Corki gold. This is just so fucking worth it for TL. Every single day of the week. I don't know what we're doing here as FlyQuest. Are you also just trying to go for the kill on the Zac? Again, we have nothing to stop Zacky. So here, I mean, I think that Quad, like, hovers down after this, but... I mean... Holy shit, man. I really think that we need to get someone... Like, Busio should have went top to farm this. And if he's on it on this wave, it's actually farmable / catchable, and maybe he's not dove, and then we have Quad TP answer. So I feel like Busio going mid here is the mistake. We need Busio to go top, and then Quad can TP answer if they actually throw down a play. But I want the play to be on APA, if I'm the FlyQuest perspective. If I'm TL perspective, like, this is the freest shit in the world. I do like TL's map here. I think they did a nice job actually hovering the Corki, and then shifting down to answer. But I also think this is just free as fuck. So. Like, we just gave a flashless, TP-less Corki an entire fucking turret and 2 free waves, and we dropped it all. That is the most illegal shit on the planet, and then we TP back up there. As we're TPing this set up there, Herald. It's fine. Ish. But wow, that's really bad. This is bad from Core. I like how, I know it's small, but I like how Busio doesn't ult Core here. He knows that Core's dead. Just move on, get someone else, take the damage out. It's good. Oh my god, Blippo. Okay, this is terrible from Blippo. Blippo gets the wave in, and then he face checks this. Inspired's going to link with him. He needs to back off and link with Inspired. Like, walking down here is really grief. I know he gets out, but he's no TP, no flash. And now it's no Herald. So that's just a tempo destroyer. If he backs off and links with Kindred, then maybe there's a way they can, like, actually get in here as a team. No, they were on reset. No, Busio has TP. Hold on. Yeah, Busio has TP. This is doable. Like, Core's still dead. And Impact's about to show with no TP on bot side. So this is a dead Herald from FlyQuest. They commit Busio TP after this ult. As long as we have Blippo actually, like, go long way or respect this. Because he's got no ult, no TP. And he knows that they're on topside river. That's really bad. He should know they're on topside river. That's bad. Okay, ult for flash. I think did we burn small ult here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think giving Corki that, like, just 2k gold in his own pockets was pretty tough. Because he's going to have IE now so early. And for me, like, Trinity Force IE is where Corki's just like, oof. He's tough. Like, what is this? So why are we on? Okay, so I guess dragon spawning, which is why we're on this wave. He's the only TP that's down. Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, like, if I'm FlyQuest, I look at, like, pretty much when APA took that top turret through the Herald, I think that they burned so much shit they just didn't need to burn here. So, like, now we have no TPs for this. Like, TL's playing on TP advantage. And so we send it to kill APA and take shutdown, and we lose Rumble for it. I mean, we get shut down to Acel, which isn't bad, but now Drake setup sucks. And Impact's pushing out this wave bot, which is really good. Again, we have no options here as FlyQuest because we have no TPs. Yeah, so we just give. I mean, if the plan is to give, I think the plan is to give here. I think that once you get this top kill, then you send quad to top wave and you just say push the shit out. I think the play now becomes top. So I think quad grouping is an oops, but that's I mean, it's a 4v4. But if you're tracking TPs, you know you're down a TP. It's like they power play this wave and then they sack bot side and they don't get anything top side for it. So and they end up giving Drake. It's a little bit hindsight Harry, but I think that the right call is the strong side your Acel and catch back up in gold. Holy shit, dude. Inspire took so much damage here. Like, he literally just got IE autoed, and then Smolder, like, auto Q, and he's just dead. Goddamn. We've got Shojin Smolder. I think that Smolder is really, like, going to sneak back in. I think that I think Smolder in the Sun is, like, very playable right now. This champ's gotten, like, enough small buffs and his itemization's in a better spot where I think that he's playable. We have Collector second on Kindred. I feel like if you just LDR now, you kind of get ahead of things. Like if you IE now. I love the Collector. This is the Busio play. This is really good from Busio. I think Impact's TP was a little deep, but also like they just played on the choke against Acel Ornn. This, I mean, this is very good from Busio. The flash into the E to hit everyone was like actually so big. And then this is where Kindred into Smolder's okay. You can keep people alive. Smolder already evolved though, 22 minutes in. Props to Yawn. Yawn's level 14 with 247 right now. That's really big. I know FlyQuest wiped this fight, but that is a really, like, the Smolder's in a really nice spot. That was a really big play from Busio, though. Like, that's the top 5 play of the week in LCS. That's pretty wet. That E2, like, getting around that little stump and making sure it connects to the wall, well played. That's really nice from Busio. I think TL was a little bit deep there, but I think the mistake more so for them was that they fought before Zach was there and then fought in a choke. It's not like they can't take that. I just think that where they took it was poor. What is this Baron deploy? Did Baron... Hey, what's up, Aegis? Thanks for the raid. They're on the map at the same time as TL. Like, they're going to deploy as 5. So, at the end of this replay... I don't like this. I feel like TL did a much better job of actually committing to the bot side here. Like, Blippo needs to be on this side of the map because he's TP-less. And so if anyone's going to be top, it has to be Quad. But once you send Quad up there, then you're just defaulting to losing. Okay, you know what? They don't have the ults for this fight. Never mind. This is fine. They should play for top. It's fine. They don't have ults. Kindred ult's necessary, and it's the longest cooldown. And Senna ult's necessary, and it's the longest cooldown. Hey, what's up, Aegis? Good to see you guys. Thanks for the raid. It's really nice of you. We're going through our LCS VoD reviews. Sure, a little bit late, but I had good reason. It was double podcast day and then a blue screen on my computer. The computer works. That's what's important. Okay, so we have Mogs coming in for both supports. Not surprised. I don't think Mogs is the most valuable on Ornn, but I'm not going to complain with Mogs. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this Corky's a problem. Masu somehow survives this, though. I want to give props to Busio and Quad, actually, for this fight on the choke. Like, APA does catch the root, and... So APA takes this chunk, but I think he needs to flash the Senna W. I mean, it's a little bit hindsight, but he holds his flash the entire time. Maybe flash the Senna W, it's okay. Because the Maokai ult actually did create so much space. Yeah, because he flashes after everything. Yeah. Okay. The earlier flash would have done APA a couple favors. Overall, I think Quad and Booster do a really nice job of holding the choke. It's a good empty ult, but they don't have great follow-up because Quad and Booster hold the choke. Nice. I wish Cubby had co-streaming rights. It's very nice of you. Because I'm a Riot caster, though, for LCS and NACL, I will not get co-streaming rights for either league. Like, I'm a caster in the ecosystem. None of the casters have co-streaming rights. That's how it works. That's fine. I think that's how it should be. If you're a part of the broadcast, I don't think you should get co-streamer rights. You should be building up your own product, you know? Yeah. That's fun. We'd like doing some, we'd like being a hindsight Harry afterwards, you know? I think Blippo's on this wave later than what he can or should be. What's he waiting for? Is he waiting for anyone to show? He doesn't really have a map. Yeah, FlyQuest are really behind in the vision game, I will say. I think they're hovering quad side, so Blippo's on his own. I think the game was winnable for Fly. Like, for me, Acel scaling trumps. And they've done a nice job of funneling quad in the mid game to get him back into this one, but I don't like Acel's build this game that much. I don't like the Void. I think that should have been a death cap. And then I think the game's like Void Morello for me is bleh. He is the best person to apply heal cut, but like the issue is, god damn man, the smolder is a problem. Like these smolder queues are starting to hit so hard. I really think that like Corki getting so ahead in the earlier stages of the game helps Smolder get to this place where Smolder is just like, I mean, Inspired is at 3 marks. Wow, Inspired's at 3 marks. Sheesh. Yeah, I mean, Inspired is like so low range compared to the Corki and the Smolder. That was Mark 4? No, it wasn't. It's still Mark 3. Senna Executioners aren't terrible. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Morello's like, I get heal cut on Asol because when you press R, it's going to apply to everyone, but I think this champ's job is to actually do the damage. This is where things get weird. So okay, so this fight for FlyQuest is fine here. I think Busio trading flash for flash, like he's trading up. Like, yeah, if you're Orin flash for Maokai flash, like that's fine. It was so weird to me, like that Masu got stuck there. I know that he was waiting for Maokai ease, but we see Blippo basing and he just doesn't move, and then we get smoldered. So Masu gets smoldered here. It's just a lazy base. Then Inspired, like, flashes in and doesn't get R off. He was trying to get the kill on the yawn and then R, so that's understandable, but... yeah, AP hit flashed after. It's a good flash by APA. I mean, if FlyQuest have a more disciplined base here, they're fine. Because Busio gets Mogs. And Core had Mogs going. So props to Core. Yeah, his Mogs is going right now. Like, Busio's Mogs are coming up. Yeah, oh, got interrupted by Sap. That's a big deal.
Hot.
Woe to you, what's up? We don't have any new hot takes right now. At least something that's, like, not been said. Yeah, no, I mean, this game was close. It was very back and forth. I really think that it was closable for FlyQuest, but I think that ASOL build is a little bit... like, we went for cheaper items, and losing a fight on this spike, like, we're just never going to have Death Cap come in. I will say, Blippo did a shit ton of damage there in the Zanyas, so I know that the hook landed on him. I thought he played it fine. It's just that his team couldn't take a fight at that angle. This was a little bit unfortunate from Busio. I am surprised that the ASOL E, though, doesn't move. Because you can see Impact got tugged. But ASOL E doesn't, like, cancel a TP. That's kind of weird to me. I mean, I can't really say why. Because I can't see the setup. I mean, he's kind of gettable, let's be honest. If Busio pressed R here and knew he was TPing, like, he's dies. He's dead. Also, I don't blame Busio going for that, because I can kind of see the E covering part of Zach's model. It just doesn't cover the base of it. And I don't think he can knock him up on the back wall. I actually don't know if he has time. So I was okay with that. He could have eaten Q'd, yeah. That's true. Good call out, actually. Your Q is a displacement, yeah. Why make that play? I mean, you're telling me that, like, looking at that play, that Zach doesn't die there? And also, the waves weren't set up for TL to actually siege until now. Like, they would have gotten something, but they would have had Zach kill and they could have fought afterwards. Like, they don't need to burn a lot to get Zach there. I thought it was just unfortunate. They end up losing a lot for it, but if they get Zach there, it's fine. The mistake, if there was any, was throwing Ace ult. That was the mistake. All right. Again, this one, I feel like they have to make a play before their waves get in, so I'm okay going for impact like this.
Holy shit, he's hot!
Dark Tarkonis, thanks for the sub. Still achieve the same thing? I don't think so. I think if they let TL set up the waves, then they're cooked. It's a Smolder plus Corki sieging on them. I don't think they can really stop that. And if you're going to have anyone back there, it's Acel, which I can understand. But also, if you want to, you show Acel alone against a Maokai and you're showing 4 body dies. Blippo stayed for a wave too long. Got killed. Unlucky. This was really bad from TL. TL can't be here. So, again, like, FlyQuest actually overloading here. Like, it ended up catching TL off guard because they kill Blippo and they got to finish this push. They could have retreated for the dragon and had it after this, right? Because then you have Fly on a reset and you're forcing Fly to be on your vision, but hitting this was a mistake. Because they don't have everyone here. Keep in mind, Impact was taken down. He's no TP, so we're fighting on numbers advantage with FlyQuest. It's like, by going for the Zac, even when Zac had TP up, they're trying to create this scenario, right? Except Trojan. And TL walked into it. TL hitting that turret was a mistake. Hilariously enough, though, because so many ults were used, Busio's like trying to eat the chunks. Inspired Flash in, Cast R, they're trying to get Yawn. Yawn's very strong. Impact plays this one very well. The fact that Inspired lives is pretty unfortunate. But Yawn's gotta flash in. He goes down. I mean, I think that like what Busio's doing here is fine. He does lose all of his health bar, but keep in mind he has Mogs. So he's just trying to get his team through this so they can actually play the dragon. Inspired not dying here was truly tragic. I think maybe there's a world where Busio can get Mogs off. Yeah, like he had Mogs running. I think him walking all the way up here was a little bit tough. Like if he plays it more patient too, then he can actually threaten Yawn here with an E into the wall.
Timing could be great, but like
I think
you
he
said,
burned his E kind of slowly. Actually, I don't know if he has E up or not. I'm just gonna assume no, because he'd throw it at Yawn here if he did. Gem Machine asks, thanks for the follow. Wow, we have a hype train going, level 1? God damn, you guys are crazy. I know I haven't streamed in a while, but, you know, or consistently in a while, but it's the new season, we're getting after it. I'm definitely ready for the schedule, so that's good. Like, Busio has Mogs going here. They don't... There isn't a world where, like, their ults are up for this fight, so I don't mind the force, but... It wasn't clean. I think Yawn's positioning overall was pretty solid. Really good from Busio. A little bit unlucky here from Yawn. The E doesn't get him over the wall. I think part of that's the slow. But again, the flash follow to just chain this. Really good. Alright, really good find from Boostio. Again, Smolder's off the map. That's huge. This is free if there's no Smoldy. Yes, this was bad. I mean, I really like the angle from Umti here. I hate the setup from FlyQuest. I think Rumble's gettable in the side lane, but if you draw people away, then you have a range advantage with a core, and Blippo being here was just like, I mean, why are we in Nautilus range here? It's a nice ult from Umti. It puts him in a tough spot, but Blippo being this far up was an oops. Yeah, see how those long chases. God, that Ace is so fun. Oh, the Smolder Q is even more fun. Holy shit, man. Oh my god, I love that ability. Smolder in the center, let's go. I am glad that we see a little bit of Smolder back, though. Champ's in a little bit of a better spot now. That was a little unlucky. This man got collected. Collected. Honestly, I really didn't like Whippo's port here. I know that he doesn't have wards down with him, but like you're a Rumble. I think the plan to stall bases and like they get a TP out. I'd say it's a TP up a little bit, but like, is it? Like that wave getting in doesn't mean shit. I'm fine with Inspire going for this angle, by the way. If anyone walks in there, it's really good, and he does get angle on the Yawn. I think the mistake was they didn't throw anything in the Yawn here. I think they need to get the Zanyas out of Yawn, because then they don't, and it gets a little bit cooked. Whippo's ult wasn't great. He could have peeled himself a little bit with that. I think the ult from Inspired, or the TP from Impact's really good here. Dude, what is Quad doing? Oh, I guess he had to cancel. He has Banshees. He should have... Oh, I think Quad took a bad angle here. He needs to throw this Q out earlier, man. We could have been roasting APA a little bit longer. Yeah, I mean, APA played this okay, but I think this is pretty tough. Again, there's nothing to stop Zach now. Oh, really nice Q in a quad. And that was just game. There was a sap there. This is a bad retreat from Fly. They lose the game off this. Yeah. I don't know, man. This game is kind of weird. I think Blippo getting hooked onto this turret the first fight was really bad. Oh, I didn't like his TP. And this is just so weird. I'm fine with this from the look of things. I just think Busio could have slash... I mean, APA's flash here, like, it is really good. It's undeniably really good. But You can't play in like the Malachi ult when it's up here like this. So we just island Whippo dial. And Inspire's in so deep, and the fact like we didn't follow up on a Yawn. Yawn is isolated, and I think we have to take out Smolder. So I think that the Boosty ult should have went at Smolder. And then we get his flash with Zanya's, we just go from there. Yeah. Okay, game 2. Completely boom all together. I mean, at least that's being on the same page as a team. If you boom as a team, come on, at least we're synced up, you know? Okay. I think TL gave away a lot of OP champions in this game. So we give out the Skarner, which is a choice. We do get Ashe, Malachi, Trist, which I will say this is a good core. But Senna Ornn gives you a way to outrange this and out-interact this later on. I think that Ashe ends up getting really abused. Malachi's a good like way to play defense against it, but I think it's tough. And then, again, this is a Zac game where nothing is stopping Zac from getting in there. So I don't mind the Zac. But yeah, we go triple marksman of the Karthus. I think they knew the Callista was coming. So we really have to get ahead early here if we're TL. We have big advantage in bot side. Top side is going to be a little bit Skarn favored. Karthus obviously wants to go zoom across the entire jungle. And Corki versus Trist is a bit Trist favored, or a bit Corki favored early on, but I think Trist scales in the side lanes really nicely. Trist can somewhat carry this game, and kind of has to just because of this, but also you have to find a way to deal with this later on. And what ended up happening is that we had some nukes being dropped, so the R's were pretty big. Level 1 was also pretty big from FlyQuest. I think the start that FlyQuest has this level 1 is really big. They do a nice job getting APA flash. Yeah, they get a lot. Or APA jump. They just get a lot here. And I really like how FlyQuest follows this through. And they play it. Masu tried to cancel another base there. If he hits that on Callista, it's even bigger. But again, we're going to get the Senna swap into the Zac. So we're going to try and farm Zac a little bit and get a mismatch. And this game gets really hard for Impact because Impact's wave's already kind of tough. Notice how Masu and Blippo aren't hitting the wave. They're just playing the zone to Zac. So this time around, Zac misses experience, which I think was really big. Whereas Busio got most of his experience, which is fine. Oh yeah, Umti lost this. He had Smite. Or no, he didn't have Smite. It just came off cooldown. Wow, that's unlucky. So Umti's game, all of a sudden, just got really hard. Inspired Path to protect his red, so he gets both his red buffs. Then Krugs died. He was hovering here in case a dive came in. I'm fine with this. But I do think he should have hit B. I think walking to wolves is you could get a little bit of power for yourself. And you can still hover bot side. Now the big issue with this is that once Umti goes for this red, I think Umti going for this was the issue. Because what happens here is right now in the lane, Impact is already getting zoned off. So you're about to see Senna and Skarner walk away from this top wave. Right here. Look at all the creeps that are on red side. And when the camera pans back up here, this wave's frozen on Impact. So he needs help breaking this. I think that what needs to happen here is that Core needs to base, and they need to send Core top. And they honestly need 3 top just to break this wave, but because Umti went for that red and lost, now top lane's cooked. And you can see here, like, this wave's bad for Impact, and Masu's even going to base. Like, look at this wave. It's just stuck. He's going to get TP out, being down a level, and being down in waves. So because UMT went for this red buff play and it failed, this is really, really hard for Impact because his wave is frozen against him and he has no help. And Blippo just gets to go to war. Blippo's playing this one nice. Inspired taking away camps. Like, Blippo just gets to do whatever the fuck he wants up here. That's a clutch W from Masu. So yeah, UMT gets up here, but it's too late. Impact's flash is bad. He goes down. So I think that the way that UMT played this, it just ended up being quite bad for top. Like, he needed help faster. I think they needed to make sure that, like, Corion got that wave in, and then Core needs to go fix top, and they need to, like, go team swap into that. You probably don't want to team swap. Like, you also want to break up the double Hail Blades lane, but Impact pushing that wave right off the bat was really bad. It really cooked him, and props to FlyQuest for finding that and holding that for as long as they did to find the kill. So it got him a huge advantage up top side. Inspired's going to soak this to make sure that they can get it as a team. That's fine. You're getting more resources on your card. This why not? All right, Blippo. Meanwhile, Inspired showing bot. He doesn't have 6. Blippo's fighting for a control ward that he doesn't need to. Keep in mind, he still has this. He can lose a control ward and keep the freeze, and it's fine. Instead, he goes in and dies. It's very bad. He also TP'd back to this. He burned the flash. What did he flash? He tried to flash follow and he failed it. Oh my god. Dude, if he has flash for this, he actually gets out. No, like, it's doable to get out. I think it's bad. Like, you're Skarner, man. You can... Yeah, they're trying to not let him get... Yeah, maybe not. Regardless, though, it was a really... He failed to flash over the wall in a spot where he didn't even need the flash in the first place. It's quite bad. Ouch. That said, we just saw 3 top, so I guess really nice heal from Masu. It was a good try from Yon. Honestly, a couple good tries from Yon here, as he is cooked, but... Everyone's showing top and killing the Skarner. Like, Blippo still ends up getting his team out on top because they sent resources towards him, so... Nice follow-up from Inspired, where they had numbers. I think the TP from Busio here is fine. Okay, he gets a wave. What are they playing for, though? Grubs? Do the Grubs. I think Grubs are a big deny from Trist. So we get Senna all the souls. That's chill. Bot's naked. We have no TPs. No way we can fight this. Busio doesn't have 6. No way we could have gotten Busio 6. Oh, we're on the Callisto. Oh, they introduced the level bar. Okay, Busio's like half a wave away from 6. From that logic, I think Busio staying for this wave is bad. I think if he actually goes bot earlier, maybe he... Nah, he still doesn't get 6. My bad. That's bad. Maybe Quad just goes straight bot here. Like, he can at least trim the wave a little bit. And 6 isn't yet in. And he has flash. Like, it's only Callista 6. Now MT at 6, and now it'd be really scary. Yeah, maybe Quad like could have gotten there earlier and trimmed it a little bit. Because they're definitely just not playing for Grubs at all. So I think that FlyQuest like sent too many numbers there. I don't think they needed quite as many people there as they had. Because this is quite bad for them. Like, Booster gets really starved out from this. So we'll play from TL. Good recovery. I think the answer there is to send Quad earlier and then try and trim the wave. As we die for Karthus. I mean, that's a 1-for-1 once it comes in. I think Inspired. Ooh. There's a world here. If Busio's not walking up to hover, I know that he has nothing really to do down here. But if he actually got more XP, that could have been 6. And we could have shifted down. Oh, yeah, this is going on. We all could have walked down and actually killed the Ashe Callista if they try and play this next wave. We could have set Inspired behind. Yeah, they would have been in trouble. But they can afford to do this because Karthus is spotted, so... If they don't spot Karthus, maybe they don't push this all the way through. But I actually think that Karthus showing there was... I know he's playing for Raps, a little bit unlucky. You can also play for the... You could have played for Dragon after. Like, after bot resets, you can try and sneak in Dragon here. And Karthus gets farm, but he's doing an okay job keeping up so far. Yeah, because now they get the Drake. That was like the one timer that they might have been able to take it, but... Leandri's Karthus. Okay. Keep in mind with Blippo dying twice now too. I know Impact died twice in the game, but it's only a 2-level lead bot. Which I think, I mean, comeback XP is a thing, but I think this could have kept at 3 or a little bit more. But just given how FlyQuest played their swaps out, top's a little bit more playable now. Nice arrow from Korra, but they're still cooked. See how APA plays this? Because it's a nice catch on Inspired. Like, they catch him off a sap. Just once APA flashes this, he's dead. So, like, if I'm APA here, I would see if I can walk that out and then flash over the wall to actually live the whole thing. Skarner's not balanced. Nice R here from Blippo. Definitely caught Yawn a little bit off guard, and that could have been played cleaner, feeding it to Masu, actually. Also love the Fimbulwinter. I think Fimbulwinter, they got buffed this season, and Fimbulwinter is quite good. I think it's really, really abusable on some champs. It just makes your W shield bigger every time, pretty much, with how Skarner works, because you get off slow. Alright, we have the Thality Callista, given that we have 80 Trist. I mean, no one's getting through the tanks with this. I actually think that it's... This game, I think that on-hit Callista, for me, would have been fine. I know that in lane, you can really push around the Senna Ornn, but later on, you can never move Ornn as the Thality. And you really... Like, you have 3 decent targets, but... I actually think there's a lot of value to getting through, like, hopping around and having double tank buster here. Maokai Zac create a lot of space. As you see Yawn just get little one-tapped. Nice play from Busio and FlyQuest. Spire gets Feast. He's playing with a team and picking off camps. He was even with Umti at 80, but now he's really taken off because they won the last couple fights and he feasted a lot. He got a wave or 2. So it took a while for Inspire to take off, but now he's on the Karthus arc, man. He's ramping. EB zooming. I think FlyQuest, like these games, use their TPs really liberally. And it really hurt them with some dragon setups. Because, like, they're late to this because Busio had to go fix that top wave, which, I mean, I think that's okay. But they don't have anyone to, like, do this and TP back. Because of how liberal it's been. I mean, they won the last couple of fights, so I think it's okay. I think that dropping that dragon is more of a product of what happened. But they are behind on playing some of these waves. I also like the Tristan and Skarner makes it's impossible for Skarner to play that side lane. He needs help. Speaking of help. Yeah, Core's dead. I think Blippo needs to wait to see if this Ornhorn hits. Because if it hits, then you can chain the R. Like, instead, you're just trying to see if Callista doesn't hop. So I think chain of the two, maybe he gets it, but wasn't the case. So APA gets half of this, and then Corky's answer. Good answer, though, from Fly. I think their overload's been fine. So they see 3. FlyQuest get control over this side. Quad actually TPs for this power play, and I think given that the red buff's coming up, I'm okay with this. Impact ults to kill the wave. They don't play for the red buff at all. But they did force quite the response from TL in this series. But again, like, Skarner's stuck down here, and so numbers advantage would be TL. So, like, this is another example where I think it's okay to send Skarner to catch this low wave. But if there is a fight, then you're going to be down a number. And by having this TP and sending it up here, like, FlyQuest do have a small moment before the Ashe and Trist rotate. But once they do, then they're down. So, like, I think, again, this is a pretty liberal TP coming out from FlyQuest with how they're using it. And then Quad has to burn both sums in the end because he has to flash away from Zach. See, this TP I'm more okay with from Impact because it is on bot side and it's a minute. Oh, wait, no, that's Baron. This one's liberal too. It's fun. Thanks for matching the tank lane, though. Oh, we did take the Zach to play into the Skarner. Welcome to Skarner. Good job by FlyQuest to get control over this dragon. Quad W's forward to eat an ult. And then they orbital strike APA. So, I mean, that's an oops from APA. Like, he flashed, right? We didn't exactly see how that one went down. What are we flashing here as APA? Oh, he flashed the ult, but he flashed in melee range. Alright. Skarner Champ's not okay. He doesn't have LDR yet, so we can't deal with Skarner. I like the fact that Blippo took that fight, because he's on Frozen Heart, and there's no pen. And there was no IE. So it's good play by Blippo. Like, he understands the tools that he has. I think that's good from FlyQuest. That's worth dropping the Dragon for. They did lose 2 turrets for it, though. There's a good map setup from TL here. Yeah, I actually really like how... I know that TL are going to drop Baron here, and APA went down, and I think not great fashion, but the way that TL played out the rest of this map was quite good. I think it's the most they can take off this play. We had 2 turrets and a drag for a Baron and a death. That's really not bad. And now it's about how much can FlyQuest take on the back half, but I think the response to APA's death was actually quite good from TL there. That was a little bit unlucky. Really close to hitting. I'm down for the long chase too. Like, they didn't get anything. Okay, no. Never mind. This long chase is bad. That's right. When can... Okay, so the part of the reason of long chasing, though, is because Quad TP'd. So, yeah, Quad W'd and TP'd. So, they saw Quad finish a TP, so that's part of why they're long chasing, because they see him on bot wave, so they know they have numbers here. They just get stuck and skarnered. Yeah. Like, again, this is a 4v5, so, like, I don't love this situation for FlyQuest. And APA has a good fight here. Impact's able to res. Like, it's actually not terrible for TL. It's just, the Skarner is a little bit strong. And Quad was here. I mean, I'm fine with TL pushing for this. It's numbers. You're playing a 5v4. Skarner's for sure a problem. But this game's tough. Like, I don't think that's a terrible call by any means. If I'm going down to that, it is what it is. Like, if that blast cone isn't there for Inspire, they get his flash for sure, you know? There's maybe an LDR second game here for Trist. I cannot believe they show that emote on LCS. That was a pretty big oops from Quad, I must say. I don't think there's any reason for Quad to be here and die. Like, we don't have to be in range to actually auto the Maokai here. We can chill. APO does have LDR. I mean, how doable is this for TL? Like, they can't get in here. Oh, that's right. They didn't see Impact. Impact would, like, hid himself here. Let's see. He got all the way in here, and then this wall doesn't show him. Which I think really threw FlyQuest for a loop. Because Quad gets one shot off this. Like, this is quite creative from TL. This actually got interesting here for a sec. Unfortunately, they got they ate the orbital strike, man. Holy shit. Orbital strike and a Skarner chase down. Oh no. Nice bait. Alright, is that double inhib? Nice sidestep. Oswald cleanse. No Baron to boot. Just take your shit. Oh boy. That's so deep. Oh my god, it just doesn't matter. That's so funny. They literally have the boom boom damage coming in too. Yeah. Oh man, fucking Karthus. Well played by APA. I will say, like, I thought APA had a decent game. I think he had the one death that was an oopsie discarding on the top side, but this is a really good sign on his part. Just unfortunately, you know, we have the Lethality Callista in the Skarner, and there is a Karthus. They almost win this fight. Like, again, I think that TL like played their way out of these scenarios decently well. I really like how TL played from behind in this game. Like I think that like the Zac hiding, I want to say it's on FlyQuest, but it's also just a clever look from TL. As Zac gets found, they just lose the E cooldown, like don't get that fight. The fact that he wasn't, they got a free kill. I think they took a 5v4, they lost. That is what it is. I think they're more disappointed using their TPs. Like TL had a better look this series. God damn, man. Zoning alts. There are no flashes on TL, so I kind of want to see FlyQuest push here. I don't exactly remember how they wrap this one up. I see bot lane no flash, and I see Umti no flash. I feel like it's really gettable. Like you just really try and find a fight here. Oh my god. Well, no wonder I don't remember how they ended, man. It's just Karthusar. Alright, that's chill. Karthus gaming. Alright, Karthus Garner looked fun. Next game, game 3. We have Rumble, first pick for Impact. Again, this was heavily denied by FlyQuest, so Impact taking this first, no surprise. I didn't like this draft for FlyQuest. I will say, unironically, this was one of the better Nidalee drafts that we had, because at least Nidalee has a couple things to play off of, but I think Cleanse is really, really powerful in this lane. It's not an I think, it's an I know. And this is a winning bot lane into this, but I really, really favor Alistar into a Leona setup. I feel like Alistar gets a decent amount of mileage this game. Especially like when you have set up for Alistar as well with slows and other stuns. Also, Leona can just never like straight E into Alistar. Because you can either, if you're Alistar, you can Q mid-E from Leona. And that stops Leo. Like, if Ali's here, you have complete control over where you stop Leo. Because if Leo's going in onto whoever Leo's going in on, you can either Q here, or when Leo finishes, she finishes behind you, so then you can just W backwards. And then you can Q over here. So you always have options of like where to outplay for Ali, of how and where to displace the Leo. And we're seeing Leo because of the her W's OP and its Warmogs meta, which I understand, but I think Leo's still very catchable. And when I look at this team, like Triss has some range, but we're going into Corki. It's going to be Poke Ferris, so we do have some range, but if we fuck up, we'll get melted by this. Absolutely melted by this, and that's exactly what happens. Thoughts on Triss versus Corki matchup in general? Corki's a little bit stronger in lane, has some kill threat. Corki has more range with his R. I favor Triss. I think the resets, the safety, the DPS, like, I think Triss is just really OP right now. I really like Triss. Oh, also playing Alistar in Nidalee, like, yeah, Nidalee can chunk you with Qs, but, like, you can never fully commit in. Alright, so they spot the swap. So we have standard lanes to spot the swap. That does favor FlyQuest. I will say Set kind of needs help in this matchup. As you can see here, Blippo's doing his best just to, like, get to the wave itself. Oh, that's a big deny from MT. Did Inspired smite this? Oh, no. Nice path from MT. If Inspired doesn't smite that, I feel like it's doable. He would have been late to it, though, anyway. So, okay, Inspired gets a little bit behind. He's going to get 3 buffs, but he's a little bit behind. I hate Set. I think Set is fake as fuck right now. I know Blippo's good at it. This champion just is not real to me. Like, you're looking for solo frontline and some sort of setup. I know Renekton was banned, and I think this is a decent attempt here from Busio, but... Good flash from Impact, by the way. It's a really good flash. Set's just so butt right now. Like, you're asking to get roasted in this lane.
Timing could be great, but like you said, Cummy.
It's really, really good, though. Busio, I thought Busio actually had quite a nice series. Impact walking up here is a bit illegal. But they kept this wave, like, kind of in Blippo favor. Now, Impact was smart. He walked. Or I guess he didn't walk. He just thought Busio wouldn't stick around. I mean, Impact didn't have flash, so this is free. That's oopsie from Impact. We'll play Busio. I think the idea with the set is that you give Nidalee some form of setup if Nidalee wants to play to your lane. And then you can just, like, pick up Alistar Sejuani and throw it behind, but you can't interact with Corki Zeri. Except for your R, so I don't like it. Also, this was a really, really good dive from TL. This is like TL's one option. Blippo does his best here. They take away enough where Blippo has to back off again. This time is no flash. So, really well played. I think the answers against each top laner was good. I think the Busio roam's good, but Impact gets the TP back, and Blippo's down CS because Busio was leeching during that. And so Impact gets 5. It's quite big. And Blippo, it's not like he can TP back and, like, use his items, so he's down items. Yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, I thought Busio had, like, played fine in this series. Yeah, Skarner is pretty strong. So, like, I mean, Blippo's lane is cooked. They're doing to Blippo what Blippo did to them in game 2. They just got this wave in. Nothing you can do. So he's down, like, a level and a half now. Inspired's game is okay, but, like, is this worth losing your top lane for? We'll have to see. I shouldn't see if APA used W. He did not use W. If he used W there, I think this is lookable for Busio. Get X flush. But you can see Umti and Korver coming to cover, which is good from TL. I mean, Blippo's just, like, miles behind now. Look at this. He's down a full level. And he went Swifties, so... Swifties do have some value this game, but, like... Well, that's Nidalee. I will say this is probably the best draft for Nidalee I saw this weekend, though, which is... I'm being honest about that. I don't despise this for an Italy game. Like, you at least have Varus Leo to play off of, and Set is a lane you can play towards. Just like how this went, TL cooked top lane so that Nid could really never go up there. Like, Nid can play around bot lane too, just didn't happen. It's very well played. Really nice buffer from Quad. I think the Q flash from MT was good. Quad just played it out really nicely. He gets to stick around now until he has TP up too, which is quite nice for Quad. The tracking that CL had on Inspired was quite nice too. Nice to get APA's flash. Well played, Busio. The look on the yawn's good. I know it didn't hit, but that's fine. You're like, if you get stuff there, you get stuff, you know? It's quite good. Like, this pick, like, when you look at the pick, like, in this, I mean, well played from Umti here, like, he knows that, like, he's gonna try and get thrown into the turret, so he hugs that wall, but, like, this pick just doesn't look real. Like in that sequence, like, that pick just does not look real, you know? Also, I want to see Inspired in this, like, if we show like this, dude, let's just go bot and, like, throw some fucking spears, man. I'm fine, like, looking into Raptors, but, like, why look for Krugs? Like, let's just go bot and throw some spears. That spear doesn't matter mid on APA. Let's go bot and throw some spears. Heal's bot lane's doing a nice job of staying back, but you have 6 advantage. Like, there's no 6 on core right now. So core is legitimately killable for me. Like, if you were down bot and you combo core right now, you at least get his flash. That was nice from Whippo. Hmm. Hang on. So Popo got back out. So Grubs are done. Even though, like, they won the fight, Fly questions lose Grubs, that's fine. They needed that fight. Like, Popo at least got something. I didn't like the fact this was the first match of the split. I'll explain why, like, at the end of this too. Actually, I can explain why not. I'm rewatching this. No matter what happens this game, it's kind of impossible to hype this game up, you know? We aren't going to know why this game was important another 5-6 weeks from now. So I think in a single round robin format, if you're loading a teams that you expect to be fighting for first at the very first game of the season, it's dumb. Like, I think that this needs to be halfway to 2/3 point of the season, if we're being smart. And that's where you should put your best matches. You should have put them after EWC. Yeah, I agree, but they don't want to pay for the studio to have all those games. Yeah, I mean, we're not seeing this till playoffs. So again, like, it's hard to know, like, the ramifications for this, you know? Like, if this was halfway through the split, we could have known. Oh, I think Masu being here is... So Masu wants to hold his sums, and he gets kind of cooked for it. Yeah. Masu holds his sums. He shouldn't hold his sums here. If he cleanses out, he gets out, or like, yeah. I think he does have to. He could have flashed. There is a brief window where he could have flashed at a core combo. I think he needs to flash core combo if we're talking about ideals. I also think Blippo is really useless in this fight. Yes. I don't know what Blippo's trying to do. I think if anything, Busio and Blippo's spot should be flipped. Like having Blippo hold his front line, like Busio look for Rumble, I think that creates a better fight overall, but that's just me. Because Busio just like gets CC'd up by Alistar, Sejuani, can't do shit. Quad doesn't have damage yet, can't do shit. Bad fight from Fly. And it's a 4v5. And Masu didn't burn his Cleanse Flash, he was trying to greet it. So I think if Masu burns that, gets out of Rumble ult, so it's a little bit more playable. But props to Yawn. He actually eat out of Masu ultimate. And had a really... And then he flashed to finish up that kill. Yawn had a really nice fight. So I think Yawn put that really well. I think FlyQuest put that very poorly. And that's pretty much game. Because we have APA, again, getting like Soul Turret. And there's just nothing to do. Alright, that was an oopsie from Masu for sure. This game's rough. It's not too much else to talk about here. Good luck from TL. I think TL played map much better. I think that FlyQuest like actually looked fine though in this series. Like there were some oopsies here. I think the set is kind of tough this game. I thought Blippo had a rough series. But Busio played really well this series, which is promising. And I think the Quad played like eh. So I had FlyQuest above TL in my power rankings, which surprised quite a few people. My logic for that was that I actually think that this jungle meta is really good for Inspired. And Quad's just a better fit for the team. I'm hoping that, like, we saw a lot of growth from Yawn this past split. I'm hoping that we kind of see that continue for Busio and Masu. I thought Masu had a pretty good MSI, so I thought these guys could, like, maybe hang with TL bot lane by the end of the year. Even if I think, like, TL's bot lane is probably the bot lane to beat right now. I say probably. It is the bot lane to beat. I felt like FlyQuest could have some edge. I think these guys were the top team for spring until it oopsied. We got player of the series. APA did. Oh no. See, this is like the Leona problem. Like, I like Busio walking up there to find the Q on the Rumble, but like once the other people show, once you commit as Leona, you're just dead. Like Busio saving Flash there is like not even troll. I mean, he's gonna get dog walked. There's so many comps and teams where I just see Leona's like getting dog walked right now. Where we're at in the meta. Really well played by TL. Really like how Core played this. Just prevent follow-up. Yon did his damnedest. Core ended up finding a bonus Q there. Whippo missed. They do get Summer Rumble, but it's not enough. I mean, good push from FlyQuest, but like... Oh boy. Masu should have been able to get out of this. It's a bad E. Yeah, that's a really bad E. Throws. He got bloody. I mean, FlyQuest is behind. They should make it bloody. It's fine, but yeah. That's well played by APA. It's not too much to talk about here. And they hit the Baron, man. Is it bad deploy again from Fly? Like, we're 2 minutes before Dragon. They completely sack topside. I mean, they know they can't play it, but like... Why? I want... Like, Inspired's playing for his camps here, and we just lose Baron for Inspired camps. I don't know what... Yeah, What do we get mid? We're gonna walk in late. Really nice combo from Core. Oh, it's like, it's just so, it's really poor. That was really, really poor from Fly, man. They got fucking walked. Alright. GG's. 2 and 3 a little bit one-sided. One was close. There was an angle for FlyQuest to win this series, but TL was definitely the better team. So, well played TL. It was good. It was a decent start to the series for them. All right, guys, that's it for TL versus FlyQuest VoD review. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, comment if you have any thoughts. We'll see you for the next one.